Buenos noches, bastardos, indeed. Welcome to week 4 of Guilty Gear UK's ladder match. Oh, leapfrog ladder system. Once again, I have been abandoned on comms, and I don't like doing it or the sound of my own voice, so you'll have to put up with it for now. But hopefully next week we'll be back to normal, and I might have to actually start interviewing some commentators and try and get something regular going on. But for anyone that hasn't seen this ladder before, the way it works is you have your ranking. You are allowed to challenge anybody above you, but nobody below you. And if you beat the person above you, you jump above them and take their place, then everybody else moves down one. Tonight's challenges is much smaller than I thought. Sorry about that if it's not readable on stream. We will be starting with Drangomix versus Kiseki no Hoshi, followed by Kiseki no Hoshi versus Inahk, then Sestral versus the Zett, followed by Mr. Tomato versus me, and I will be talking and playing, and that's going to be an absolute car crash. Okay, so I'm not going to mess about. Let us jump to the games and get started. There are lots of moving parts on this stream, and I'm trying to start predictions and do all of it whilst talking as well. And I'm a bit of a Luddite, so it doesn't come easily. So you'll have to bear with me for 1 minute. There we go. So we have our predictions in. So feel free to vote on who's going to win this one. We have Kiseki in 5th place in our ladder, going up against Drangomix at 11th. And they've chosen the better coloured version of Eno's stage for the matchup. No, I haven't seen much of this matchup at all. I can't imagine it's anything but just messed up for both of them. One knocks the other down and then presses buttons. I wonder if Angie gets to guess with all of 6k on wake up against Eno, and the Eno has to start doing low pressure. Right, so I think this is Drango's first time appearing on stream. So for those that don't know him, Drango is one of my favourite locals of mine. He is from Bristol, and it's just really fun to play with him next to you. It's not quite the same on the internet with him. But he takes the first round. I really don't know what's going on. I'm playing Rad. I thought Rad played Robokai in this game, Ken. Yeah, I think taking back my both of them just gets Silioki on the other one, because guard point frame 1 you've got mid, high, oh sorry, you have high and low options, and that can make Eno have to work a bit harder, I guess. Oh, okay, sorry, I'm trying to talk, read, manage a stream, run a game, I can't read. Oh yeah, Angie's 5p. Let's not mention that button, it's upsetting. That was a nice pickup from Kiseki. It looks pretty even so far. Let's see if it starts going one way or the other. Unfortunately, Drango's pressure is not tight enough there to knock it through. And at some point I know I'm going to say the wrong names for all of Angie's moves, because they're all very similar. Oh, Kiseki not respecting the fact that the K guard is not punishable on block. Just getting kind of hit, but he takes it anyway. So that is 1-0 to Kiseki. So I've mentioned Drango being local to me in Bristol, where I'm from, South Wales, for anyone that doesn't know. Kiseki, you might not have heard of him before, but he has had very many names over the last few years. I first met him as Curly Bandit, when he was playing Chip in Xrd, and that quickly became Negative Edgelord, when he switched to Eddie. And now he seems to be on Kiseki no Hoshi until he changes it again in a month or so's time. But he is not... Yeah, you're a boomer like me, Ken. You've been around long enough to know all of them. But neither is really respecting the other's pressure at all. Butterfly's getting hit in and... yeah, it's just a war of attrition going on there. Let's see if Drango can take it. All he needed was one clean hit. He just got a bit too eager. But I believe he can take it back, and that was a very good lead. Yes. Yes. Kiseki no Hoshi is a man of many names. He is about to change it again to Rusty Heart, but he signed up as Kiseki, so he's keeping that for now. I'm not changing it again. That's one round apiece. This matchup is looking an awful lot closer than I expected it to when I set it. So this week we have a lot of matches where we have people who are challenging people a lot higher than them in the ranking. So I expected it to be very one-sided, but so far, even if the score is just 1-0, it doesn't look like it's going that way. So far, I'm quite impressed with how Drango's playing, because I've played with him a lot. And I don't know if it's the fact that I play May, and May does May things, but he doesn't normally play this well. He's doing quite well. Oh, that was a good burst. Oh, that was a very strange but good pickup there. I'm not sure if just letting the dive ride would have killed, but that's 2-0 to Kiseki. Now, Ken, you might have a better experience against Eno than May, but how many Mays have you fought? If it's just me, then that might not be very representative. Two whole Mays, that's... Yes, all May players are evil, it's not just the two of us. So earlier on today, Kiseki was complaining about his execution, and we can see that he's not hitting all of his corner combos like he wants to. But we'll see how much of that comes into play if it goes on in an extended fashion. So I think the longer it goes on, the more it's going to impact him. And Drago coming out with the Hero Burst into dead. Hero Bursts are great, so long as you make something out of them. It looks like Kiseki's actually practiced against Fujin follow-ups. So far he's blocked the punch fans, thrown the leap. And that's it. It's 3-0. Starting to look an awful lot more one-sided. So let's see if Drango can make some changes to bring it back.
Heaven or hell? Duel. Let's rock.
I'm not sure what button that was that Andrew started around with. I think it was /. It's monster run. It's hard to commentate a match where both players are making lots of execution drops and just punishing each other in turn. But it looks like Kiseki's got the better of those punishes so far. But I think Drango's playing well enough that he can pull it back. If he just starts to correctly block or press the right guard point moves on wake up. 6k is the solution to all of Angie players' ills. That sweep going under things, and the stomp to cross up. There we go. That is 4-0 now. Not respecting the pressure. This is the story of this set so far. For anyone just joining in, I apologise that you have to listen to my voice again. I have been abandoned by my commentators for today, as the usual pair are both away, so it'll just be me on my own tonight. I can see that Drango's trying to contest with the guard points against Inahk things, but I think he's just... I'm not sure if he's picking the right ones or picking the wrong time. Knockdown butterfly, just see if we can start some pressure. He hasn't been able to adapt to Kiseki just backdashing after the block on every butterfly so far. Just need to throw in some variety. Yeah. I mean, Inahk fatigue is real, but not for me, because I play Mei, and I just press buttons and make Inahk very, very sad. So the interesting thing about Drango is that he's been playing for a little while, and Angie is the first character he's actually stuck with for more than about 2 weeks. He's played half the cast at this point, I think. Oh, Inahk things. Yeah, he really should play it a bit more often. He doesn't play it enough. Okay, and that is our first set to Kiseki. And thank you for the raid, Kiseki. That was good games, well played both. It was much closer, I think, than the score lets on. So let's have a look at our challenges this week, whilst I update the players. So next up we will be having Kiseki no Hoshi versus Inahk. So Inahk, previously top of the list, has lost to Godpress and the Zett. And if he loses this one again, he will be bumped down another place to 4th, and Kiseki will leapfrog me. Let's have a quick look at the ladder itself as it stands. So obviously not everyone is playing this week. Ah, sorry, yes. Inahk has only played God Press so far, I think. Thank you for the correction. That's what happens when I try to do too many things at once. So I'll just pick the outcome of the prediction. And start a new one. And then we can get our games underway. I do hate to see you losing Drango. You need to play the game more. So give me a shout anytime. Alright, so Kiseki and Hoshi versus Inahk. So I've already mentioned Kiseki and all of his previous names. We also have Inahk, who is from south of England. Has been playing Viking since Rollback came about, but has played a ton of other fighting games over time. He's known for Sol in Exerd, and apparently played a bit of Mortal Kombat 10 with our very own Samurai Pizza Camp. Now, if you thought I didn't know an awful lot about Angie versus Eno, I think I've seen this one even less. But I think it might not be that bad. Like, my naive impression is that this could be alright for Eno because you never know if she's going high or low to be able to block to guard pointing. But getting to that point, past all of the mats and the zoning, is probably the hard part. Or just doing full screen back, that works too. There's a nice aura with no pickup. And this is kind of what I expect, sort of full screen games. But Kiseki not prepared for the aura. And I guess we've got at least 5 games where this match is just going to be played at mid-range. Notes, far slash, more notes. And this is what I was thinking. So, getting the high and low versus Viking means she can't block, so she can't use the 3 guard cancels. But I wonder if Note is as good on Oki. Because you recover before it hits, so you can sit and watch. But if you follow it in, then you don't get to do anything. Taking your life in your own hands at that point. It looks like Kiseki's execution is improving a little bit. So dropping the basic combos on Angie in the first match, but already getting more of the FRC dashes, which are every Eno player's curse and favourite thing to complain about. Ooh, counter hit back who could have been a big combo, but Inahk dropped it. Inahk dropping a couple of quite important counters. I wonder if this is a sign that he's played too much Melty Bread. Oh, I'm not prepared for the chip damage. And Kiseki goes up 1-0. But I don't think this is the end of Inahk. He's got it in him to come back and make this a really interesting set. But it does look like it's not all that much fun Because typically in this game, people hate Baiken because you have to play the game completely differently against her. But it looks like Ino's pressure so far, I'm sure Inahk will probably prove me wrong in a minute, just works. Due to his very nature of just not knowing whether to block high or low. Look, Baiken has some very interesting frame traps, and it seems to be that they work quite well against Ino, because her buttons aren't the greatest on the floor, so if you block a forward kick, which is plus, then you're having to block the follow-ups. And Kiseki's not using many of the system mechanics to try and prevent that. Now he jumps over across it. So the big claw, Kabari, looks like a very good move in the range in which they're playing this game. But maybe Kiseki is not blocking so much after the first match where they weren't respecting each other, and that's carried forward into a matchup where you kind of need to respect Baiken's pressure. Because if you don't, you're going to get counter hit into big damage. So we've seen Kiseki drop more and more combos as time goes on, and I wonder how much this is because Baiken is just teeny tiny. I'm not even going to go back and talk about what happened to that super. But so far Kiseki's put himself in the right places at the right times. But at this amount of health, all it takes is one solid hit from Baiken and you can melt. Inahk not being patient, and that is 2-0 for Kiseki now. To me, as a non-Baiken player not fighting this matchup, I feel like Inahk needs to just stop trying to force it. Be a little bit more patient, see how it pans out. He's still got matches, there's no rush. Everything Ino's doing is just countering all of Baiken's counters. Sorry, I can't English very well today. I feel Inahk's pain missing the late air dash, just going clean over people. Happens to me all the time. So far, Kiseki not respecting Baku. As soon as Baiken has 25 meters, you know it's coming. Because it's just too good not to use it. And Zakura into the Kitano. Right, so Inahk proving me completely wrong, and the answer was to in fact be a lot more aggressive.
Heaven or hell? Duel. One, let's rock.
We'll run, yeah. That was a very quick set throw. Roaring? Yeah. I mean, if you're Kiseki, you've got to know that it's coming out. If you make Baiken block notes, or Inahk block notes, it's not a Baiken thing, it's an Inahk thing. You have to know that he's going to try and Auron or dash counter. I think it's called Moarakoni. Inahk seems to be dropping an awful lot of combos, and even this one was a black beat. I wonder if Baiken's combos are difficult on Inahk. Instead that time going for the meat dump. And that's the round. One thing I do like about Inahk's play is his strings. He's used different strings every time Kiseki's blocked in this round so far. Or this match rather. Super, yeah. Oh, what a throw. Inahk with the reads, which is probably the best skill you can have to play Baiken. But it didn't help. Jump back, got counter hit by far slash into a 3-1 lead.
Heaven or hell? Duel. One, let's rock. Counter.
Just turning into something of a slugfest. What? Oh, I love this game. It's so stupid. Ooh. I'm struggling to keep on top of what's going on. It's really interesting that we've abandoned the sort of mid-range games that we had in the first match or two. And everything is now playing out in sort of range 1 to 2. Players have felt each other out, now they feel they've got enough of a sense of control over each other that they're just going in. But Baiken with a full stick attention is scary. You don't want to pressure because you're afraid of Baku. You're afraid of him missing your Sanson FRCs. And that should be dead. That evens it up. So the score might be 3-1 to Kiseki, but I think each match has been actually really pretty close. Oh, just Inahk with the superior reads in this match to make it 3-2. I think we have a game.
Heaven or hell?
I do love this stage. Just those skeletons make me feel happy inside. Like, I think I prefer all of the reboot stages. It's really interesting to see how Inahk's guard cancels have improved as the set's gone on. Like, he's making much better choices. I think there's a reason he's considered as one of the strongest Vikings in Europe at the minute. And that's because he is a very clever player who knows exactly what he's doing. What was that picker? That was some real damage. These two players just don't care anymore. So they're going to go down, they're going to go down swinging. Yep, I think the time for Kiseki being in the air and pressing buttons is over. And we've come full circle to Eno doing Eno things. Baiken not being able to block. Oh, what a bad burst! No! I know there was nothing else he could do. But the Domi burst lets Inahk even it up, 3-3. I feel like the pendulum swung completely the other way and Inahk is in ascendance.
Heaven or hell? Duel. Let's rock.
If there was one thing that is absolutely prime Inahk, I say it is Terminator run into throw. I love it. Kiseki's trying to pull it back by just increasing the tempo of the play. Just getting in Inahk's face, playing faster. Still not able to keep that aura from happening on notes. But I guess we are long past the neutral mid-range game. And the silly fast overhead takes it for Inahk. It's 4-3. Could this be set point?
Heaven or hell? Duel. One, let's rock.
There we go. And we have gone back round to just a mid-range game and taking the chances to get in and make Baiken not block. That's very good for Kiseki. He baited on Baku, but now Baiken has Mito again for another one. This is much better spacing and timing for Kiseki. Let's see if they make it really count. Oh, one row jump H, and that's the round over. And the Domi burst to go with it. This set's been really interesting for me, just watching how each one is counter-adapted over the course of 7 matches. There's been an awful lot of adaptation of both parts, and they both played really well. Oh, and that was the perfect bait on the guard castle. That's what I was looking for. Kiseki's not out of it yet. The spacing and timing and frame traps, it's so very different to the last match where they were both just swinging. And this one is Kiseki. It's 4-4. We go to the final game. Ooh. Hello Yama, how are you doing? Also knackered, and trying to do 110,000 things at once. this set has made me really appreciate these two even more. Because typically I just do May things and they have to deal with it. But seeing them actually play this well in scenarios that aren't fighting me, I really like watching it. Looks like Inahk's made the adjustments needed though. But can you block? No, you cannot. You remove most of Viking's toolkit if you make her not be able to block at all. Oh. Is this the end? I think it is. Yeah. Game over. And it goes 5-4 to Inahk. It was a really valiant attempt from Kiseki. Well played both. Thank you for the games. And for anyone that might complain that I was being a bit cruel on Kiseki, making them play twice in a row, it was their choice. They asked to do it. Thank you. Right. So, the next matchup is supposed to be Sestral versus the Zett. But I am currently unable to get hold of Sestral. I wouldn't go be that hard on yourself, Inahk. There was lots of really cool play and counterplay, and if you both say you played awful, you both did adapt and adjust really quickly, and it was really interesting to watch. So don't be hard on yourselves. So, if I cannot get hold of Sestral, then I will very quickly try to find somebody who can replace them to challenge the Zett. And if I cannot, then I will move on to my match. So you may have to just bear with me a moment. Okay, so because I can't get hold of Sestral immediately, I will move on to my match against Mr. Tomato. I don't know. So Sestral gave me his home phone number, his mobile number, so that I could text him to get him in places on time, but even that hasn't worked this week. Okay, Monsieur Tomato, when you're ready. I'm just going to have to fill until then. I've tried. No response. So I think if I cannot find a competitor to replace Sestral, then I will fill in. Okay. If you bear with me a moment, I just need to take a quick break. I'll be back in 1 minute. Okay, we are back.
Select your character.
Okay, so I don't normally commentate, so commentating and playing is going to be especially difficult. But I will do what I can. So for anybody that doesn't know Mr. Tomato, he's appeared on quite a few of these streams now, and he's making full use of the challenges. But he is local to me, he lives 1 kilometre down the road, and we've played quite a lot. So it'll be really interesting to see how he's changing his style just for tonight's set. And we'll let the intros play out. I love it.
Heaven or hell? Do one. Let's rock.
That was a nice dash under. Neither was one burst. Thank you for the follow, Boogie. Ah, jumping souls, please. Ah, wrong combo. Okay, so that's 1-0 to... Sorry, in the midst of that, Boogie did follow. Thank you. Sorry if it missed me. Yeah, I tried to pull it off the match. I don't think it really worked because I dropped everything. Oh, 5k, please. Stop being so far away. Afraid of the crosser. Nope, wrong combo, please. So I moved to 2. So there's an awful lot of movement going on both sides. Oh, and I messed that up.
Please select your character.
So far, my aim is to make him whiff something or be in a position he doesn't want to be in, and that's working. So let's see if he can change his movement options to beat that. Nope. Oh, wrong combo. Not paying attention. That's a nice throw. Coin. It's enough. I'm going to sit here under my hood. What are you going to do? Nope. Okay, that is 3. Ah, I dropped it. Too big a button to be just throwing out against me moving around so much. Ah, combos, please. Not as full. Alright. Why is it forcing me back to room? I don't understand.
Please select your character.
Well, let's go. I think the problem at the minute for Mr. Tomato is just conversions from hits. I have nothing to really be afraid of. Like, I'd like to see more 6k. Well, there we go. Oh, come on. Yeah, I'm not gonna hit these last butts. And this is gonna cross up. Good much out in time, steady me. Now he's gonna coins. Thanks for the follow, Ignis. Hello. Oh, how did I miss? Pretty good finish. There we go. That is 5 now. Thank you, Mr. Tomato, for the challenge. Your game's well played. And let me see what is happening for the next match. Oh, and it looks like Yamabiko has jumped in to save me from getting murdered by Dizzy. I will accept your offer, Yamabiko, if you're available. If you would like to join on the link above. Thank you very much. Alright, so for anyone that's turned up a little bit late, we have so far had Drangomix versus Kiseki, Kiseki versus Inahk, and Mr. Tomato versus Aloysius, that's me. And so far, the higher placed player has won each of their matches. But as we can't get hold of Sestral, we are going to sub him out for Yamabiko. And we will see if we can have Yamabiko jump from 7th to 1st. So the current standings haven't changed at all. And I haven't talked about any of the matches that have happened off stream. So we've had Burning Hands challenging Ted Cruz as revenge for what happened to his friend Drango last week. Oh no, Mr. Tomato last week. And unfortunately Burning Hands lost 5-3. Maybe it was 5-2. Or maybe it was 5-0 and I'm completely misremembering. And I think we are waiting for Samurai Pizza Ken versus Burning Hands to happen. But as it's Burning Hands' birthday today, he's absent and enjoying other things. That'll happen over the weekend. All of the uploads are available on Google Drive. Burning Hands will challenge you when he feels like it. Alright, and we have our challengers. So let's go to Yamabiko versus the Zett. Baiken versus Dizzy. And I've seen very little of this matchup as well. Essentially, you can think of it like this. If it doesn't involve May, I don't know what's going on. Has the lobby broken somehow? There we go. Alright, we are in. I expect this is probably goes similarly to Eno versus Baiken, because Dizzy Oki is not something that you very easily block in order to be able to get a console. But we'll see. So Yamabiko plays really an awful lot of range neutral. And I want to see how Fish happens. He says as Yamabiko immediately goes in. It'll be interesting to see just what happens with these two characters, because they both have absolutely monstrous damage output. But so far, Zett is showing Dizzy to be the grappler that she is, and just throwing so much. Ooh. I'm not counter hit Oren. Ooh. It's not like Yamabiko to drop combos like that. And we are having a little bit of connection issue. So let me sort out the prediction whilst it's happening. Okay, so whilst I was looking away, first round went to the Zett. But now they're just taking turns throwing each other. And I have desync, maybe? Okay, I'm going to have to figure out what's going on in a minute. I think that probably means that the match is over, or not. Maybe just a weird moment. And Fish ruining Baku follows. Okay, so the first one I think goes to Zett. Wins 0. As soon as I see that go to 1, I will update it. There we go. So we didn't desync, it just they stopped for in the middle. Yeah, it looked like it did like quite a lot. But we shall see. We'll see how it goes. This is deepest, darkest Scotland versus London. Now that Zett has moved there. So we'll have to see how that goes. It should be fine. So far, Viking just Yamabiko putting Zett in the corner and just having a wicked way with him. I wonder if this one's going to come down to the battle of who has the better defense. You're not allowed to burst against Yamabiko, it's just not allowed. I've had too many bursts thrown, blocked, punished, guard cancelled. It's hilariously fun. Yamabiko choosing to block an awful lot of these things in the air. Oh, Zett, you don't throw Viking. 6k does 6k things. And that's one apiece. We could be on our way to having a new leader.
Heaven or hell? Duel. Let's rock.
Alright, so what's happening? Lots of throws. I think just the sheer number of throws is going to be unreal in this set. And we all know that Zett's going to try and throw in as many as he can because GGUK is scary enough just when you're worrying about the hits. Fish will not save you from this one. Yamabiko doing the fun combos that do no damage. I don't even know what that button is. Is that jump kick? Some impeccable spacing by Yamabiko, not getting hit by the fish or the bubble, and doing silly damage to the Zett from a straight hit. It's getting close. Oh, Yamabiko. That was a good effort attempt. Inahk, is that if Yamabiko went into just a combo instead of the follow-up? Yeah. But we know how Yamabiko likes just doing the fun, silly stuff. This is gross. Oh, nice air throw. And pick it. Yamabiko baiting the burst a bit too hard. And missing the NF, that's a shame. Alright, let's see what happens. Oh no, I dashes into the pillars. So it looks like Viking struggles to get Dizzy to the ground off combos if she doesn't have the meter to FRC. Is that right, or is just Yamabiko doing the fun routes instead of the hard ones? That is so much damage. What? Okay, Zett building up a lead. It's 3-1.
Heaven or hell? Duel. One, let's rock.
It's really interesting to see Zett going for so many throws and stopping and not just pressing 6H so many times when he could have. It's an interesting mind game that he's trying to play against Yamabiko to make her really wonder if it's going to be a throw or just a wait to block the guard cancels. Looks like Dizzy gets a lot of options. But round start Ice Spike might not be the one. I think, yeah, 2P2D trying to load profile slacker. It's worked a couple of times. Oh, yeah, Fish looks like bad news bears for the guard cancels. I wonder if Auron is a better option. Probably not, because obviously Dizzy just standing there. Oh, just a little too impatient at the end.
Heaven or hell? Duel. One, let's rock.
Oh, game please. Okay, I don't think it matters. But this could be match point for the Zett. And I don't know what Yamabiko's going to do differently. Other than stop having fun, but I wouldn't tell her to stop having fun at all. So this could have started the comeback. No health, all the pressure. And another burst baited by Yamabiko. Oh, this could be the comeback. Is this dead? No, this just fell out. Oh, it's over. That was so close. Well played, both of our players. And thank you for subbing in at the last minute, Yama. That's very much appreciated. Even if you've just woken up and you're tired. Thank you for jumping in. Okay, and that is all of our challenges for today. So thank you everyone involved. And we shall be back next week with more challenges. So let me close the predictions. And then let's find somebody to join. Let's go and raid Kiseki. So, thank you all, and we'll see you next time.
What?